WTTYS Tennessee Valley. I love this show, and this is the second week of 12 weeks that we're doing Be True to Your School. It is every Friday night. It is great. This is the third year we've done this. Thank you, advertisers. We allow public schools, private schools, Christian schools, homeschoolers to come on the show when they're seniors and just talk. It's just a show for teenagers, and we are so glad to be able to have this show. And tonight, homeschoolers. We do this each year, and what an honor to have three incredible young people. Not only did I get a chance to meet their parents, but I got to hear their life stories, and you are just really going to be impressed tonight with three incredibly young people. It is all for teenagers. It's all to let their voices be heard. You know, we don't give these young people enough respect, and these are some great kids. 267-1023. Paul, I hope you're doing well running the board for us tonight. We've got Michaela, Ilana, and Karson. And it's great to have y'all. I'm going to start off, just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself, your future goals. Once again, tonight, a salute to homeschoolers. All right, Karson, you're first up, buddy. It's great to see you. You got a good smile over there. Karson, tell us about yourself and future plans, buddy.
Well, I'm a senior this year at Those Are Higher Learning. And I plan on going to being a registered nurse at Dalton State. And really, right now, I'm just waiting to see where the Lord takes me right now in my life.
Karson, it is so good to have you here, buddy. And Michaela, welcome. And Michaela, let me just say, you moved down here from Illinois. You are new in town. You've got a wonderful family here, so supportive. Michaela, you've been homeschooled your entire life. Great to have you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you. It's been good living down here. It's a lot different than Illinois, but I've definitely been enjoying it. I am a photographer, so I'm trying to get that started up here again. It's been a little hard since I don't really know too many people, but I'm working at it.
And I think what's also cool about you is, you know, you're also taking some cosmetology classes. This is really a way to support yourself through college. You are learning a skill. I think you are an incredible young woman. If I only had that foresight and fortitude when I was 18 years old, I think that is just, that says a lot about you as a young person and just great vision.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely like it. Cosmetology is something new for me. I had an interest in it for a while, and I just started it up last year, and I will be finishing it down here.
So in other words, you're going to save your money, and it'll put you through college.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, unbelievable. You need to run for president. Alana, it is so good to have you here. Is it Elena or Alana?
It's Elena.
It's Elena. Elena, look at you. You got a great smile, too. You are fantastic. It's good to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself and welcome.
Well, I'm a senior at Those Are Higher Learning this year, and I'm hoping to go to North Georgia and join the Army as a second lieutenant.
Wow. Listen, I mean, this is great. So, all right, you ready? Ready for some tough questions? 267-1023. Let me just ask you this question. Why homeschool? I mean, what is this like? I mean, everybody is saying, yeah, you're homeschooled, but you're really missing out. I don't think that holds water anymore these days, does it?
I agree. I mean, I don't feel like I'm missing out socially with anything. I have plenty of friends who are also homeschoolers, but I also have a few public school friends from Heritage and from Ringgold, and actually from some in Northwest. And there's plenty of homeschool sports teams you can try out for. And I was in a tennis league recently, so I got some socialization there.
Definitely. And also, I found that with homeschooling, instead of spending so much time focusing on what everyone else in public school is focusing on, it is a lot more self-directed. So, you know, where a lot of times other people are going, you know, to school all day and so much homework. With homeschooling, at least for me anyways, you know, we didn't have to spend all of that time, you know, doing loads of homework and all this stuff. So we had a lot more time to focus, you know, on what we really wanted to study.
Yeah, definitely. Like Kayla was saying, it gives you a lot more freedom to learn at your own pace and to study what you want to study. Like this year, instead of taking an ordinary history class, I'm doing a psychology course. And it just opens up a lot more opportunities.
Karson, you brought up religion. I mean, you said you were going to leave it in God's hands. Obviously, a very religious person. A lot of homeschool students are in it because of religious purposes. Do you feel that you could not get that religion at another private school or a public school? I mean, what is it offering you? And let me ask you this question. The older you get, when you become an adult and you're on your own, are you taking what you have learned in your high school years with you, or do you think you'll change your views?
I definitely believe that I have been able to become strong enough in my faith that as long as I trust in God, there won't be many things that could really shake me out of the faith. I know there's definitely things that can come and hit you and knock you off your feet, but right now I have so many great people around me that I'm able to just have their prayer support and their fellowship that would allow me to continue to be strong in my beliefs.
Karson, love to listen to you talk. Listen, do you think you could offer so much more in a public school atmosphere to other people who are truly hurting, who don't have that support system?
I definitely believe that there could be a lot more. There could be a lot more people who are in that environment that could be strong in the Lord and be like that. And I do agree that it would be good to have people like that in public school. But I also believe that in that environment, there's also a lot of maybe influences from some not so Christian areas that would be really hard for me to overcome in high school years, especially since all the hormones are raging.
Do you think it's going to be a shock when you head to college next year? Are you ready?
I believe I feel like I'm ready. I mean, especially with Hilger. Hilger is really good with preparing me for college. I feel like I've heard from my sister who is going to Dalton State that it wasn't really a big shock. It wasn't really a big jump for her. So I feel really confident that.
Listen, before we go on, explain what Hilger is. And let me just say, the owners of Hilger, they have stepped up to the plate for 2 years now. I've called them. I said, get me some great students to be on this show. They have responded immediately. Hilger, is this course offered at a certain place in Chattanooga where you go like 3 or 4 times a week to take classes? Go ahead, Lynn. You can explain.
I can't remember the name of the church. It's at First Alliance.
Okay.
And it offers classes several days a week to middle schoolers and high schoolers.
So in other words, you can take classes at home, and you can go to biology. You can go to English. You have a chance. Can you take all your classes through?
And they offer a great variety of classes.
And how many kids? How many kids per class?
In my class right now, around 25. 30.
Wow. So I mean, and y'all take several classes. So what are you taking at Hilger?
I'm taking literature, Spanish 2, drama, and choir.
And this is all in this one church building. Is that correct?
It is.
What about you, Michaela? Are you homeschooled for religious purposes, or is it just something that your parents have been committed to since you were in kindergarten? You've been homeschooled your entire life.
Yeah, I was actually going to go into kindergarten, into public school, and then, we kind of had to change our plans with the way that stuff was working out. We were kind of having some difficulty with the school, and so they just ended up homeschooling me because my dad has his master's in elementary education, and they really liked how it was working out, so they just decided to continue to homeschool me and to homeschool my brother as well.
Listen, I've met your parents. Their personalities are off the charts. I mean, do you think it would be the same if they didn't have that dynamic personalities? I mean, where did you get all this from? I mean, are you missing out on a true socializing with? I mean, just think what you could have done at a public school. Do you think about that ever?
Right. In Illinois now, it doesn't work like this in Tennessee, but with Illinois state law, you can kind of do a half and half. Like, you can kind of go to school part-time and be homeschooled. And starting my freshman year of high school, I started going to the high school part-time, and I really realized that I really did like it a lot just for the socialization purpose. I did miss out, I feel, with that in some areas. I was always involved in, like a lot of youth groups and, that kind of stuff. But where we were from, it was just a really small town, and they didn't have, besides like youth groups, they really didn't have like a lot of like outside of kind of school like sports and stuff for the kids to do. So it was hard to